Hey y'all, I wanted to do a quick video for you guys that weren't able to make it last night for our binder organization. And I also try to type this out for y'all, and I am just overly detailed. So this will be a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier for you. So what you need for your binders is two 2-inch binders, one for grammar and one for writing. Now, you do not need to get 2 inches if you are diligent to keep things cleaned out. This is a 1.5. So you can just be, you'll be completely prepared as long as you're keeping these things cleaned out from just stuff that you don't need. There will be things that you keep through the year, obviously, so that's why we need, at least a 1.5. But anyway, I just wanted to say that because I do want the kids to bring both of these each week. Also, a little side note, this is optional. If you've got stuff that's working for you and you've done essentials in the past, please do not feel like you need to do this, okay? So this is for people that just want to be, want to be organized in some form or fashion. Okay, so the first binders for essentials, we're gonna have a checklist in the front. I sent some of these home with y'all. I will have some of these in class each week. We are going to have a pouch, a pencil pouch. Laura and I will have these on the first day of class as well. We're going to have dice, eraser, pencil. We'll have dry erase marker in there. And this will and something also to use to wipe off our whiteboards. If we're, we may use shower board, we may use laminated paper, but anyway, there'll be something in there, felt or eraser of some sort to keep our whiteboards clean. So behind your first tab, you are going to have your schedule. Pockets, isn't that cute? And then behind that tab in a page protector, you're going to have your EEL scope and sequence. Now in my guide, that was page 18. It's probably page 20 for you guys because my guide is an old one. So whenever I give you page numbers, just go up to, for you people that have a guide that's newer, I think it came out 2015. Okay, so second tab is our sentences tab. We're going to have our weekly practice sentences all the way from week one to week 24. These are the sentences that we are going to diagram each week. Okay, so this is page 433 and 434 in the old guide. We're also going to, when we label sentences before we diagram them, these are our glossary of abbreviations. New mamas, don't worry about this just yet. This is just these are the abbreviations that we're going to be using, okay? Next is when we are diagramming, we're going to use what's called our analytical task sheet. This is actually backwards. I want this one in the front. So this is pages 435, 436, and 437. So I laminated these just because we used it a lot and it was easier to than have a page protector because we use it at least 2 or 3 times a day. So to diagram 2 or 3 sentences a day. So it's just easier to keep clean. So that's behind that tab. Then we're going to have our class notes. I'll have notes each week for them. If you want to put some notebook paper there, you can. But I will have a little class notes handout each week. Fourth tab is editing. And this is, I put in a page protector, I put page 457 in it so that we know when we're editing the punctuation and capitalization rules. Okay. And these editing exercises are at the end of each week. We will also probably have other editing exercises because these get a little bit tedious. They're scripture. Scripture can, punctuation and capitalization in scripture can get a little hard to deal with and a little, it gets discouraging for my new editors. So, but just, you'll have some sort of editing here. But if you want to go ahead and put your weeks 1 through 24 in here, it's at the end of each week. This is Lily Grace's binder from last year. So we've got, these, some of them are done, some of them aren't. So we weren't completely diligent every week, but anyway, these are sporadic. So these are at the end of each week in your EEL guide. Our next tab is for spelling. There's spelling lists. Whatever spelling curriculum you use, if you choose to do something else, but there are spelling lists for A, B, and C level words are in the back of your EEL guide. So anything that you do spelling wise, whether it's 3 times each, alphabetical order, you know, whatever you guys want to do, you just put it behind this tab. Next tab, and I pulled out the last tab of my 5 tabs, my other set of 5 tabs, and just pulled it out and made it match behind this guy, and I put charts here. So these are for your charts, and Laura and I are also going to be providing these for y'all in page protectors already, but this is what we use for our memory work. So our charts will be in the back here. So some of you have a chart book, and that works great. I just put these in here because I like to have everything all in one place because I'm like that. Okay, and then your back pocket. If you have a Quid It Quo or English Grammar Trivium, you can put those back there. These are also not required, but they just make, as we get further along into the year and we actually do these Quid It Quo, we start to analyze sentences a whole lot in a deeper and in depth. So we'll talk about what kind of noun, what kind of pronoun, what kind of adjective. So, and we'll do that in class whether or not they have this, but it just makes it easier to follow along. So that's your Essentials binder. Next one is for IEW, or your writing binder. I picked up a portable walls because I just love having everything at my fingertips. So this is just something that IEW provides. It's not anything that won't already be a part of what you have in here. So don't worry about that if you don't have it. So our first tab for this binder is schedule as well. And then we have our schedule right here, our writing schedule. So this is the units that we follow all through the year for your teaching, writing, structure, and style, if you guys pick that up. And then this is the source text that we'll use throughout the year, all the way from weeks 1 through 24. And then these are the stylistic techniques that we'll learn each year. So this is our schedule for the whole year for writing, okay? Then the next tab, we have keyword outlines. I like this because it gives you a page protector to turn in at the end of the week. So I'm going to be giving copies out of this each week, but this is also in your IEW textbook, your U.S. history-based writing book. So for first week, we're going to be doing Christopher Columbus. We'll be doing lessons 1 and 2 the first week. If you have a first-year student, definitely you're going to want to do just one of these lessons, okay? So, oh, that little dog. Brody, stop it. Okay, so anyway, I like having each keyword outline. This is weeks 1 through 6 in here that I have right now. Each keyword outline in a page protector, and then you can just stick it back in here after you're finished with it, and then you can you don't have to turn your keyword outline into me each week. It doesn't matter to me at all, but then you can have a page protector at the end of the week for you to turn your paper in. I like to have papers turned in a page protector. It's just easier for me to keep up with them that way. So, and we will be taking up papers each week. So, and I'll be hanging on to those. So keep a copy if you want a copy of them. I'll give them back to you at the end of the year, but I'd like to have a copy of them to hang on to throughout the school year. So then so this is our keyword outlines. They're all in their own little page protector for the week. I just went through and looked at the schedule and grabbed what we were using out of the IEW guide. So then we have our checklists, because at the end of your week, you're going to want to go down your checklist and make sure that you've gotten everything. And the cool thing about the student resources that you get now that we have a student resource packet that you download from the IEW website, you can get these checklists. And they're already like in order for you, and you can just download them. You don't have to copy these or anything out of your book. So you've got these at your fingertips. Just download that. The directions for doing that are in the front of your IEW student book. So that's checklists. Next tab is our new student resource packet, and I just put page 91 through, what page is that? 91 through 140. Is that what that is? Yeah, through about 137-ish. Back here, the cool thing about this resource packet is that everything is laid out. It's so awesome. It's all laid out and it's all in order of the way that we are learning these techniques and these decorations. So I just took those Post-it tabs that I told everybody to grab, and you can get shorter ones, longer ones, it doesn't matter. These are just ones that I had, so look, they're reused. You can tell they're gross. And I just stuck those on here so that these lists would be easy to find. So we've got LY words, we've got our who, which clause, we've got our strong verbs, our because clause. So that's the reason that I have those tabs, so that all this stuff in your student resource packet is at your fingertips. And those are your 2 binders. And I hope that this is helpful. I did go ahead and print a full copy and have it bound of our student resource packet. This is just, like I said, page 91 through about 140-ish or so. And then I also, I wanted to have one of my own that was all together. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. And I'm sorry that this video is so long. I was trying to keep it under 7 minutes, but here I am at 11 minutes, 32 seconds. So you guys let me know if you have questions, and I will see you soon. Thanks.